just going to do a dynamic stretch for the shoulders first. So just rotating through your torso, swinging your arms from side to side, keeping your chest up nice and high. Nice big deep breaths while you do it. A little bit of a spinal twist going on here, so it will warm up the shoulders, loosen up the spine a little bit. Now we're going to lace our fingers together, put your hands behind your head, and then I'll show you sideways. You're going to breathe in, spread your upper back, and then breathe out, open out through your chest and your shoulders. Let's do say 5 more of these. And keeping the hands in the same position, we're going to draw a circle to the left of the body first, go round in a half moon shape, come all the way up, and then go back the other way. So trying to keep your elbows back while you do it. So look, not letting the arms come forward, but trying to stay in that kind of like you're holding your elbows back and staying open through your chest. Let's do say 3 more on each side. And just take your time with this too, otherwise you do start to get a little bit dizzy. Wilfred's behind me and he looks a bit nervous because he never really understands what's going on with my camera tripod. He just looks like a giant spider to him, so he's just standing there looking very awkward right now because he doesn't understand why the tripod is in front of us. Now we're actually just going to tip forward. So you can keep your arms like this, or you can fold your arms and just do a tiny little bounce. So here you will get a stretch in your hamstrings, but I also feel this in the lower part of my back, especially if you just let your head drop. And then just go side to side. So you get a nice twist through your spine there, and you get a really good stretch through your upper back and the back of your shoulders. Then let's put our hands behind our knees, holding on, stretch your upper back, drop your head, and then open out through the chest, stretch the back, open the chest, stretch the back. Always take a big deep breaths when you do these stretches too. It just helps you elongate that a little bit more. Then we'll come down, seated position. I'll show you from the side. So we're going to put hands underneath the ankles or underneath the calves. So coming forward with the chest, so we're not rounding through the upper back, but keeping the chest up. This might be enough of a stretch, or if you like with your feet, you can go forward and back. Gives you a little bit of a stretch through your ankles, but I also feel a nice stretch go down the entire back of my body when I do this. Right, Wilfie. Let's take the legs wide. So you get a nice stretch through the inner thigh, but we are focusing on the back and shoulders. So we're going to reach over to one foot, and the arm comes up and over. Let's make it dynamic. So reach over to the other side. Hold for a sec. And change. And just see with each stretch if you can elongate that a little bit further with your arm, just to make the stretch a little bit deeper. Feel that goes right down your side. Now let's go into a tabletop position. We'll make this a dynamic stretch as well. So come all the way back, so stretch your upper back and the backs of your shoulders, and then lift, open out through your chest. Come back in. Dynamic stretches are really good because they increase blood flow, which helps to loosen you up as well. And then obviously once you loosen up a little bit, then you're able to get deeper into that stretch. Yeah, right, Willie. When I come up into that kind of cobra pose, I keep the mouth closed and lift the chin. And it gives me a good stretch through the throat. A little bit of a bonus there, because if you spend a lot of time looking down at a computer or phone, it'll be tight through those muscles down the front of your body and particularly around your neck. Now let's stay here, and I'm going to turn to the front so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. Harley can come over here, darling. Come, come, come. Good boy. So with your hands, you can have one out to the side, put your other hand on the top, and just pull your hips away into the opposite direction. Give yourself a really nice long stretch down your side. Change to the other side. Pulling away in the opposite direction just so you feel that stretch go down your back. And if you really push your hip out to the side, I can feel that go into my lower back as well. Let's do some cat-cow. So back into that tabletop position. Breathe in, spread your back. Breathe out, lift your chest. And then now let's do a little bit of thread the needle. So I'll show you from the front. One arm goes all the way under as far as you can go, and then it comes all the way out. So we'll stretch your chest and your shoulders as well. But when you come all the way under, it's a nice stretch for your upper back and your traps. And you really feel if you're tighter on one side than another when you do these unilateral stretches. So you might find that one side needs a little bit more attention because it's a little bit tighter, so you might need to do a few more stretches on that side. Let's change to the other side now. Put all the way under, big twist, and then open out. Make sure you're breathing the whole time. Feel my back loosening off just then. Now let's sit with our feet facing forward. You tongue out, Willie. Does that mean you're tired, darling? Feet are facing forward. Just trying to get cuddles. And you, darling. And you're going to place one foot on top of the other. Hug that knee. And then with the knee, if you can, if you're flexible enough, you can get all the way around. Then you're going to twist your body towards the bent knee. Pull the knee into your chest, so it will stretch your glute as well. But if you lift up tall through your spine and twist, it's also a good stretch for your lower back. You probably can't see anything right now because all my dog is in the way. Holding that nice and tall. Change over. Hold that knee in tight, twist around. Nice little static stretch there. Now a nice dynamic stretch for your lower back is where you actually lie on your back with your knees at 90 degrees. In this position, arms out wide to the side, and you're just going to you're going to drop your knees to one side and then roll around and drop them to the other side. So this is quite a dynamic stretch. Kind of massages your lower back and your glutes at the same time, but it's a very nice spinal twist. It's a good way of loosening off your lower back and increasing blood flow through that area as well. Just being gentle with it and keeping the knees nice and close together. You're really staring right at the camera. Now to get right deep into the stretch, put one foot on the floor. So the opposite foot goes on the knee, and then you're going to thread your hands through and pull like that. Again, you'll also feel it in your glutes, but obviously your glutes are attached to your lower back, so stretching that whole entire area will really help. I will do a separate mobility follow along video for glutes, so make sure you subscribe if you would like to see that one. This one is focused on mainly back and shoulders with a little bit of glutes in there too. So let's swap over to the other side. So opposite foot on the knee, thread the hands through, pull it right in. Depending on your flexibility, you might be able to get your knee closer to your chest. I'm not very flexible, so that's as far as I can go. Now let's sit up for a little while. Hands behind the knees. A little bit of a dynamic stretch for the lower back, so we're just going to create a C shape and then lift. C shape and then lift. Stretch the shoulder blades apart, bring the shoulder blades together. Spread them apart, bring them together. We're going to finish off with one last stretch. I'm going to go in the front of Wilfie so you can see what's happening. Look at you with your tongue out. You're going to have your hands together in like a prayer. Bring your elbows as close together as you can. And then pull your butt back. And you should feel a nice stretch between your shoulder blades. So very nice upper back stretch. Depending on how flexible you are, you might be able to get your chest closer to the floor. I'm not very flexible, so this is about as far as I can go. And then just trying to relax down into it without letting your elbows spread out wide, keeping them together as much as you can. Big deep breaths and just letting yourself sink deeper and deeper into that stretch. And there we have it. Thanks for joining us.